Hello everyone. As you know, if you live in the UK, it has been absolutely squelching in the UK at the moment, like 34 degrees plus, and that's in Celsius for American people. And quite frankly, it is unbearable. So I made the decision to buy myself one of these and give it a go. Now, this is digital air cooler, 80 watt 4 litre. So basically, in short, I was just sick of getting hot. I've got a small one of these which doesn't have all the features of this, and it does an alright job of putting out cool air. So I thought I'd invest in one of the larger ones and see what it's like. And I'm sure anyone else in the UK is wondering if this is good as well, because I didn't have the money to spend on an air conditioning unit, but this is about, well, it's a fraction of the price of an air conditioning unit. So why don't we have a look inside? So this is what the thing actually came in. So you got a couple of the basic specs from Livivo Home. This is one of the best ones I could find on there. And I've got to say, actually, this is very light for how big it is. So hopefully it's not a piece of junk. Pull it out. There we go. Okay, so got some bits in there which we'll get to in a sec. Don't know if you can see in there. We've got the little wheelies. And then you've got the ice packs. Oh, which have got something in them. Looks like they've got, I don't know if you can see in that, looks like they've got salt in there. Unsure as to the reason for that. I'm sure it helps somehow. And then we've got a little manual here. Now this was one of the few that came with a remote control, which I thought was quite interesting. So, get that little remote there, which is pretty cool. You just see that. Now let us pull off this plastic wrap. Now, if you're not aware, the way these work is they use cold water and ice cubes, mainly just cold water, and they basically pump out misty air, but because it's obviously cold, it diffuses it, and it's a lot colder than just blowing air around a room. But it's probably not great if you have a really humid room already. It looks quite nice at the front. Oh, don't make much of that, that feels quite flimsy. Very easy to break by accident, okay. The rest of it feels pretty well made though. This looks like, is that a power button? No, I have no idea what that is. Oh, that might be the receiver actually for the doodad. You got the cable, so this is a plug. The other one I have is actually USB, so it is slightly more convenient because you can set it up on desk. You got the filter on the back here, which looks like it's held in with a little screw, and then you got the water tank at the back, which again, it's got a little, looks like there's a motor thing that sucks it up, and so you maybe put your ice packs in there. Very nice. Is there anything on the bottom? No, except for the mounting points for our feet, which I'll put on now. Oh, and it looks like the top comes up as, oh, okay. So now we can wheel it about the place. So basically a load of warnings. Assembly. See if you can read that. Open the package and take out the air cooler. Place the air cooler on a flat level surface. Put the wheels on. Okay, so this is the bit we want. Turn the water tank lock to horizontal position. Take out the water tank and add clean tap water. Be sure the water tank level in the tank does not exceed the level max, which is located at the back of the tank. Your cooler takes water from the tank and pumps it up to the top of the cooler where there is a reservoir. Ah, okay, so that's... You see that? That's what that top part was for that we didn't really know. Well, we assumed. The water flowing through the cooling pads spills back down to the tank, push the water tank to its housing and turn the tank lock to the vertical position. Okay.
We've got the right control, but if it's blowing some of the speeds, I'll let you for that. I'm not sure you can see, can't put a picture up. Okay, so just a load of stuff on there.
So I mean, so far this seems fairly good quality, apart from the filter, or not the filter, apart from the front housing. But you know, I guess you're not going to be touching that too much if you've got the remote control. So we'll see. But let's get this set up and try it out. Okay, so just filling this up to make the ice doodahs, because I want a nice cold chilled experience. You can use this without the ice from what I've read, but obviously it's not going to be as effective. And the second one, and then we'll move on to the next phase of setup once these are frozen over. Alright, and pop these in the freezer. Ooh. And come back in a few hours. Right, so just filling up the water tank. Got about 1.5 litres of water here. I'm using water that's been chilled for like 24 hours, but can do this with room temperature. It's just obviously going to be more effective the colder the water is. This is meant to hold 4 litres. So, but we'll just put 1.5 in there for now. And next step is the ice. Right, so we've just got to put the pump here back in the bracket. Oh, just clips in. There's a little plastic bracket in the bottom. Doesn't feel right putting something that's basically electrical into cold water, but hey ho. Just get it in there. Okay, so we've finally got that in. Took a little while, but it's in there. Just pop that in the machine. Now, there's no lid, proper lid really, so you want to sort of be careful because it could just fall out. So now let's put the ice box in. So we've got the ice packs. They've been freezing for well over a day now, and we just put them in this little top compartment here. Now, this is meant to fill up with water. Let's see what it's like. So here I'm just testing out the different fan speeds on the fan, seeing how loud they are. There's 3 different levels, as you can see. So next we've got the different fan modes. So firstly we've got the night mode, which is going to basically fade the fan in and out to try and help you get to sleep. And like a forest mode, which quite frankly I have no fucking clue what it does. One of the coolest things this comes with is actually a timer, so you can set it up to I think 7.5 hours, as you'll see on the screen here, and then it'll switch off after that, which is really good if you want to set it when you're asleep. So it's a weird way of showing it, but that last one is 7.5 hours that you can set it for to run continuously, and then it'll switch itself off. Just bear in mind, obviously, if you're running it with the cooler, that you may run out of water before that, so I'd probably set it on the safe side and set it lower than that. No, this button doesn't transport you to your local play park. It moves the fan's air from left to right, so if you put it in a bigger room you can circulate the air more effectively. And if that spicy boy air is really getting to you, you can press this button to help cool it down more effectively. It starts pumping water into the cooling reservoir. Just don't use it if you live in like a really humid area, like the UK. Like a little mini waterfall. It actually does make the air considerably cooler. I haven't got a probe or anything, but it feels a lot cooler, and everyone when I was using it noticed how much cooler it was. It's quite relaxing to listen to be honest. So this is about as loud as the fan's going to get. It's got the cooler running and the fan speed is at the maximum, and it's not actually that bad, not any worse than you'd expect anyway. And just to show you that controller in action, to show you that it actually does work. So, the conclusion. What do I think of it? Well, firstly, let me start by saying I started this video, both editing, filming, and getting the fan, back when the UK was having a massive heat wave, and so this thing was an absolute necessity. But to be honest, by the time I finished setting it up, the heat wave had all but gone. And I mean, it's still kind of hot outside, but not really enough to the point where I'm reaching for this. Having said that, assuming you don't live in the UK, or maybe you just get even hotter than I do, or you live somewhere else in the world, this thing is definitely worth it, right? It is really effective at cooling you down, more so than a normal fan. Price-wise, you are going to pay probably about the same what you pay for a half-decent normal fan, right? If you're buying a basic one from a no-name brand, yeah, you'll get that a bit cheaper. But if you're buying a branded one, you may even pay more money than what this cooler costs. And it's cheap to run, right? You're just basically using water and electricity. And with those special modes like that night mode and the timer, you're really going to be able to dial back your energy usage and only use what you need. And then obviously the sound wise, it is kind of loud on max setting, but so is any fan, right? I mean, anyone with a high performance computer that's got its fans running on max, it's, you know, you're always gonna, it's moving air around, it's always gonna create noise. At least you're getting a good trade-off for the noise that it's making. And you can always set it on a lower setting anyway, so then you don't really get any issue. And like I said, I don't personally think it's an issue anyway. And I mean, the build quality is good, so it seems like it should last a while. Fingers crossed anyway. So yeah, I'd highly recommend it. I don't even think you have to get this specific one. I mean, they're all pretty similar. It's a pretty basic technology, but this is the one that I've tested. So if you do want to go ahead and check it out, I'll leave a link in the description, but you can also see similar ones on there or on other websites for, you know, whatever you want. But I'm a shill, so I got mine from Amazon. If you like this video, guys, it would be great if you could go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Give the video a like and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.